And so how do I, let me see here. I'm going to invite you. There you are, invite. Okay. Yay. Okay. There you are.
All right. I don't know why my camera's not on, but
I'm turning the volume down on the.
oh yeah, we can do that too.
All right. Well, yay. Let's check on
Oh,
over
there we
on the only problem is I couldn't what happened was I set up a live already with a QR code, but no one over on Eventbrite. So I set it up so that it could be shared over there, but no one's set up on Eventbrite. So I just made a new one, and I had no way to take the key for that and put it over here.
go. Oh,
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
so yeah. Anyway,
Well, let me see. I sent a text out to a couple people, so that link that I sent out is not good, right?
it's not because hello, hello, hello. Guys, we're going to get started in just a minute. We just have some technical difficulties because I couldn't find a place to put the stream key anywhere.
Let's see. I see Jenny I think was going to try to log in, but that was through the old link.
Right. So
Are
this
you
says One Love Alignment. That's a scheduled one. Let me see. Here's a live. Here's us right now. Okay, so share. Which oh, um, I'm sending it to
can you text it to me?
no, because I'm on the thing. I'm messaging.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll wait till it comes up here.
Okay, there. And then
Oh, I see. I was in do
there's
not disturb, so I don't get a bunch of things. But let
and your
me,
live is paused over on TikTok, sweetie.
yeah,
Oh,
because I have to manage my phone.
oh, okay. So
So,
guys, Sam, is the echo gone? Okay, better now. Okay, great. Awesome. We are just gonna get just two more. I'm in Pennsylvania and Matt is in Colorado, so we're trying to get it together. So just give us one more minute. Um, so if you sent it to anyone, sweetie, just sent them that link that I sent you.
um, yeah.
Awesome.
Uh,
Yay! I'm in PA, guys. I am visiting family here. And let's see.
okay.
So while we are waiting for Matt, let's whoever's here over on TikTok, let us know, and YouTube, let us know where you are tuning in from. Sam, I think you are from Chicago. I'm in PA. Matt's in Colorado. Um, this is One Love Alignment Sunday. We do this every first Sunday of the month now, and it's fun just to see where everyone is over the globe. So eventually, maybe we'll have our little intro song and stuff. Yeah, I'll probably put that in. But for now, we're like grateful to show up every Sunday, make it work for everybody. Um, but we're super excited to be here. Matt, we're going to start off tonight. My husband, Matt Abraxas, is going to start off with the November astrology update. Just the things that we need to just be aware of, and maybe challenges that we'd have to really living in our one love consciousness. So we're going to hear about that. We'll do a little conversation about one love consciousness and about relationship today. And then I'll do a little sound healing. So let's get started. We're 7:05. We're going to be done by 8, but it's just this first Sunday to start off our month aligned with one love, aligned with the frequency of love together, and just to give us all an inspiration and a boost to basically lock energetic hands and really live from a less polarized state and in our hearts rather than our minds. Matt, do you have anything? There is a bit of an echo. Shoot. On TikTok? I wonder why. Oh, I know why, Matt. Do you have your volume on?
I do.
Hmm. How do we deal with that?
I'm gonna mute me while you talk, and then I will
Oh,
unmute whenever I talk.
okay. Okay, sounds good. And I'll do the same. Okay, sounds good. All right, so we're working this out, guys, because we are over here on StreamYard and we're over here on TikTok. So we're going to try to mute each other as we do this. So I'm going to hand it on over. I know you guys love hearing this astrology piece from Matt. So I'm going to hand it on over to Matt, and then we'll come back on with our commentary on that. Matt, take it away.
Okay, I am unmuted. Now, if people are hearing echo, you might have to mute yourself. I don't know. But and maybe just watch for it if anyone is hearing that, as in the echo problem. Okay. I'm actually going to not talk too long this time. I have been, I try to figure out like what's the balance between going way into the fun nitty gritty weeds of every little astrological aspect and alignment. I get super fascinated by what it all means, what's the deeper meaning, and the deeper meaning still. But to do that, I have to think about all of the weird math involved. And sometimes I'm thinking maybe that's not all that interesting to most people. Most people just want cut all that first layer out, first multiple layers, and just get right down to the fruit of the bottom. And so, which is actually perfect for the Scorpio season, which we're in, because that's Scorpio is very much fruit at the bottom energy. It's very much the energy of digging underneath everything and uncovering what's hidden. That's why I'm wearing my Scorpio shirt, the sexploitation movie from the late '60s. It's very Scorpio-esque. Scorpio reflects the taboo topics, and it's also reflects the shared resources, shared things that we have. It doesn't mean not sharing in a way that is the sort of quintessential the beauty of sharing, like offering something to someone else. It's about like think of the really delving into what's mine, what's yours, and how much do you take, and how much do I get, and how much do I give you, and then how much do you is it a fair balance? This is another side of sharing that sometimes we don't think about when we think of the word sharing. They say sharing is caring, but sharing is also much more than that, and it has a lot of different flavors to it. So that's all Scorpio energy. So I'm bringing all that up because Scorpio, we're in the Scorpio season, and this particular Scorpio season is packed with a lot of extra stuff happening in Scorpio. There's a lot of movement happening in Scorpio, more than maybe which is usual. Opposite Scorpio is Taurus, and it's interesting because Taurus is, we think of it as a grounded energy, but it's also the energy of, or the sign of possessions, of what's mine. And Scorpio is, well, what's ours. So in Taurus, it's personal values. It's the things that matter very much to you. What's your what grounds you, what it has to do with your body and your home and how you feel about that stuff. That's the most important thing. So this season is really, or this month is kicking off in a few days with a full moon. And the moon will be in Taurus. The sun, of course, is in Scorpio. They'll be at 13 degrees. I'm not getting into the math stuff much, but it's going to be a really interesting full moon because it's a moment of shining a light on. Well, first, the moon is every planet, every astrological element, planets, luminaries, asteroids, everything. They have certain signs that they're more comfortable in than others. And the moon is very comfortable in Taurus. It loves being in Taurus. It's a place where the emotions, where we feel a sense of nurturing is heightened. Rebecca, I'm hearing echo there. Just, I don't know if that's coming from you or could that be from the phone? I don't know. The moon in Taurus.
Is it coming from your YouTube?
I think I'm hearing it on my big speakers. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have my YouTube muted.
Okay. So
So it's from your speakers. You have to
it's
mute
come from my
YouTube.
speakers. If anyone else is hearing it, let me know or let us know. But hopefully it's not. Okay. Moon in Taurus is like getting wanting to hunker down and cozy fleece and have your favorite bowl of soup or glass of wine or whatever it is that gives you a great sense of your comforts. But when it's opposite Scorpio, there is a tension between what you have to share and what is shared with you, what is being asked of you, and what you are asking of others, and your sense of intimacy about this could be things of value. So it could be intimacy, like physical relation. It could also be money. It could be taxes, sharing your money with the government. So there's this full moon has a moment of a bit of tug of war. It's shining a light on something. This is why a lot of people will say don't practice manifesting on a full moon. What you really want to practice is releasing the things that you want to just let go of, because there's things being shined a light on, and it's a moment to reflect on what it's bringing up and also letting go. Okay. And then shortly after this full moon, we have the planet Uranus, which is the planet that is the planet of breakthroughs, big abrupt changes, and it is moving. It has been just started getting into Gemini, which it does. It takes about 84 years for it to change signs, but it is going retrograde, which means it's a time of reflection on those same kind of values that it represents, and it is moving back into Taurus. So there will be a moment throughout this month, but it'll really hit shortly after the full moon. Full moon's, I think, on the 5th, and then around the 7th or 8th, we have this Taurus moving back. This is a time when it's reflecting again on what we value. If there have been things that have been coming up, especially over the last 7 years, that Taurus has had Uranus roaming through it. It has been causing changes in your values, causing changes in what your own even possessions. And of course, everyone's chart is a little bit different, and however your personal chart, it affects you a little bit differently. But in general, this has been coming up, and you can see it globally, things shifting on values. Uranus moving into another sign of Gemini, which is right at the moment of the AI boom. So, but it slips back in. And again, we're having this extra potency looking at how we share with everything, what we value personally, what matters to us, and how we want to give and receive those values. So obviously there's a whole bunch of other aspects going on. I'm ignoring most of the things that are happening, but because I feel like this is one of the most crucial things to really notice. Except I will just add one other, which is there is a harmonious aspect that's happening all month long between Jupiter and Saturn. And Saturn is in retrograde in Pisces, causing us to reflect on our spirituality, on things that are not tangible or not seen with the physical eye. That's Pisces energy. It doesn't have to be spirituality. It can be art. It could be dreams. But to me, that's all sort of under the umbrella of spirituality. And that's been going on now for a little while, that Saturn has been there. But Jupiter has been in Cancer for a little while. Anyone feeling this, like myself, has probably been feeling a surge of energy toward wanting to change your or grow your sense of home. There's been, you hear a lot of people who are either adding on to their home or their family is expanding. For Rebecca and I, we're talking about moving to another place in the world. Real big expansion. But Jupiter is now going to go retrograde. And so when it does this, it reaches a certain degree that is in a trine or a harmonious aspect to Saturn. Then it goes retrograde. And so basically for the entire month, it stays put at this, because Jupiter keeps moving. The planets are always moving, but when there's retrogrades, there's a little bit more of the speed of which they're moving is changing. So basically we have this for an entire month, Jupiter and Saturn in this harmonious aspect together. What does that mean? It means there is Saturn's discipline and desire for structure in things that are unseen in spirituality, with Jupiter's expansion in things that are nurturing, foundation, our roots, our sense of home. These energies working together are creating and again, they're in harmony together. So it seems like there is a moment of this whole month is a time of structure, boundaries that are all about things that are feeling good to you. I feel like this is a time that we'll all be claiming our own boundaries in a way, that things that deal with our sense of home and our sense of nurturing, our emotional comfort, in a way that feels very positive. Not a boundary that is like, I've had enough and that's, stop. It's like that kind of boundary where, no, this actually feels really good to say no. It's not hurting anybody or anything. It just feels really good. And those are the most best ways to actually have any kind of boundary. It's a sense of just positivity. So that mixed with all of this Taurus, Scorpio, give and take, personal values and sharing, I feel like there is this really potent time to and sorry, I realize I'm at TikTok. I'm staring up at the other camera the whole time. I'll look at you guys too. I'm new at this stuff. Rebecca does this all the time. So there is this really great, potent time right now of sinking into what truly matters to us, having honest conversations about how we share things that are in our lives that are based on our values, and maybe embracing some new boundaries. The planets are aligned to help you with that, to give you support, and with that, who knows what's possible. So I will stop it there. I think I thought I was going to talk for only like 5 minutes. Okay.
awesome, Matt. No, that was good. Oh, I am. You might want to. Yeah. Hey guys. Well, that was just. Whoops, I can hear myself in the background. I don't know, Matt, if you can. No. Oh, okay. Somehow I'm hearing myself in your background. Anyway, so this whole thing is talking about our comfort zones, talking about our boundaries, and in a way that's positive. I love that so much because what I wanted to talk about today with One Love Consciousness is when our inside reflects the outside, we're in relationship. Our inner self, our spiritual self, is in relationship with our outer spiritual self. And this is what oneness consciousness is. Like I'm in relationship with my husband, Matt. I'm in my relationship with each one of you in my and and the inside creates how I'm relating on the outside. It's mirroring back. And I just had this idea of this metaphor like a computer. Like the computer's the one thing, but inside the computer is all these little personalized parts, right? It has its own role and identity. And each one of those parts has its expression that's so important. Without that one part, the whole computer as a whole work. But it's all in relationship. These small parts are relating to each other to make the computer work. And that's what we're talking about with one love consciousness is each one of us, the God spark, the unique God spark, each one of these avatars, these meat suits, is hanging out, relating to each other and coming back home. And I love this idea. You said sense expanding sense of home. And ultimately, when we are looking for home on this planet, and it's just we go to the next home, we go to the next home, really, we don't get super completely satiated until we come home together. We come home in the idea that we are not separate. We are one love. And that's what this idea of one love consciousness is that the perception that we are all fragments of the whole. We are the Christed nature of the source energy that created us. And with love, like that is a relational element, right? Source had this expanded love and we were created. And then, so now there's this relationship between source and what it created. We are that spark of source. And now each thing that's in front of us reflects what's in here, and we are in relationship to it. Now, recently, I'm visiting family. We've been having these relationships, relational uh, experiences. Most of them are good. Some of them aren't so good. But what I'm really trying to do lately is see it as a mirror of what's happening here. Like, how is this out here relating to what's this in here? How do I work this for this to relate differently? And instead of taking it on like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I feel like a victim of my life, of my family life, whatever. I'm looking at it as, okay, this is mirroring something in here that's asking for some attention on some level. So it requires us to ask some questions. But all of this happening here is just a relationship to what's happening in here. And I really feel that astrology this month is speaking about it with metaphysical level. Would you say?
Rebecca, you're it's still coming in kind of echoey. I'm hearing you. Can you make sure does your phone volume up? What's that? Is your phone volume okay?
Sam, did you hear me? This is a little bit of a cluster.
Yes.
Can't hear my Okay, he's muted. Okay, so you're muted. Um, so I unmuted you on YouTube.
Okay, I hear you good now. Um, I caught most of everything you're saying, and it's just funny. Mercury's going retrograde this month as well. Tons of things are retrograde. It's really wild, and so this is what's called pre-shadow period. They say it's like a time that you start to get the early hints of what's more to come with Mercury retrograde. Maybe we're just dealing with that.
Hmm.
Anyways, from what I was catching though, yes, and I like what you're saying with the programming aspect there. I was I was in a meditation this morning. I had this thought of somehow I kept seeing myself as the corner of a pyramid, which actually is called a vertex, right? And I was thinking how it's interesting, like to be that energy, if you the effect you have on all the rest of the entire shape, and if you change just a little bit, it throws everything else off because everything is so dependent on whatever it is you're being. And I don't know, it was a strange thought, I guess, and I hadn't really thought much about it until just now as you were speaking about this. But thinking of like, yeah, there's our effect on everything around us is pretty strong, I think.
Yeah, it's strong because it is us. So when we have that one love, when we really tune in to one love consciousness, um, the relationship is between the inner and the outer mirror. And everything's the outer mirror, right? And anyway, they were talking about it in A Course of Love in a little bit different way with like Christ, Jesus and Mary. But the idea is basically it's the relationship between the inner and the outer. And everything is the outer. And in
Mm.
Course in Miracles would call this the illusion, the relationship with the illusion. But we can't. Oop, what'd you do?
Mm. Try again.
There we go. That's good. So it's so funny. You're talking about the vortices of the pyramid, and I'm talking about the parts of the computer. Same thing, super important for us to really live this one love consciousness and expand into this broader sense of home is that we start feeling at home with everything we're in relationship with outside of ourselves. And because that's what we're doing here. This is how we awaken to one love consciousness, is how we are in relationship. We need to be in relationship. And this is like how I see it lately is just like the in the beginning of awakening, all I wanted to do was hermit and be a hermit and not be in relationship. But the thing is, is like when we're not in relationship with anything outside of ourselves, we're not practicing that one love consciousness because everything outside of ourselves is us in reflection of to what's in here. So it's this whole relationship thing that we have to just step out into the world because we need to be triggered into seeing where we still feel separate from each other, where we still are refusing to love each other through anything and everything. And so that's why this existence is about relational patterns. And this is how we're going to awaken, ascend, and ascend into these bodies from that type of modern ascension, right? It's an embodiment of ascension energy, and we have to be around each other. We have to be triggered. We have to heal. We do have to do the shadow work, the child work, until we release this notion that we're separate from it all. Any guy? Do you guys have any comments about that? Hey, listening from couch story time with kiddos. Nice. Nice. So that's how I'm seeing this, Matt.
I'm gonna so I realize back to some of the glitchy stuff. It seems I keep muting myself on the phone for TikTok because when I unmuted shortly after it started creating the echo again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it I think I'm unmuted right now. Pretty
Okay.
sure I can be heard. Sam Ann was saying, yeah, I keep muting. So hopefully you're all hearing me. And I really apologize. But we'll get to figure it out.
Yeah.
See,
Ooh, there you go. Here, I'll unmute mine. Okay, talk now. So you'll be talking from YouTube onto TikTok.
oh, I can do that.
Yeah, but mute your phone.
Got it.
Okay.
How's
Um,
that?
yeah. So I just think this is a really important concept to just really practice this month because of the astrology saying the expansion of home, um, what we value, right? What we value reflects how we feel about ourselves within. So you just had those two themes, which I think is really important to this one love um, alignment, you know?
Mm.
But it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's
It's
all about relationships to it all.
well, yeah, and then like that reflection piece that you're talking about, and it seems like, I think there's this hope of finally getting to this place of like, okay, we get it, but then something else will come up at some point and catch you off guard, and that's just part of the human game, I guess. We continue to require the reflection of someone else,
Yeah.
anybody,
Yeah.
and it's only through that can we actually grow.
Exactly. I guess long story short, you just nailed it. Through that, that's how we grow and awaken. So a lot of triggers for November coming. Yeah, because one, we have family time coming with holidays, but like let's not be scared of the triggers. Like just set yourself in it. Like somehow I had this little trigger moment with my mom. Her and I had this fight, and I'm looking at it differently now. I'm looking at it like, okay, one, I'm acknowledging that the triggers are there. And instead of like going through it in a psychological way, I'm like, wow, there it is. Here's that separation. And I'm acknowledging it. And then I'm bringing it into my higher self. I'm giving it up to source. Like, source, show me the way of love. Right. And I want to see her as whole in love. I want to see myself as whole in love. And instead of like keep saying like she did this, I did this, like what's the psychology of this? Instead of all of that, I'm looking at it like, okay, this is mirroring something here. What can I heal here? And lately my way of healing is acknowledging my triggers and handing it up to the Holy Spirit because that seems to work best. So what do you think about government shutdown according to astrology? Ooh, Matt, that's a good question.
Well, let's see, and am I heard on TikTok right now? Because I know on my phone I
Yes.
muted myself.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think it's a mix of things, but it happened. Uh, Part of it was Pluto going direct. Pluto had been retrograde for quite a while, and that was, I believe, right around the time or shortly the government shut down just before. Which is going to be the Pluto aspect is power dynamics and uh, who's in control, who's in power. And Pluto is so fascinating for that because it takes like 20 years to go through a sign and you can track it back through all the generations. You have Generation X, Generation Z, like they're all from Pluto being in different signs of how people are born into this different world. So Pluto making that change, I think, in Aquarius, in the sign of community and who is getting what. To me, it seems like there's a perfect moment of seeing this exchange of power, trying to hold everything back, trying to not give. That's what's happening right now, which is agonizing and frustrating. And I think while on one hand, sometimes I think they don't want to reopen it at all because it's part of a bigger plan of privatizing more and just, trying to shift what the entire American government is. There's that possibility. But I also think that a lot of it is, yeah, it's just this, it's obviously a really silly power game. Holding SNAP benefits from kids is a it's just about politics rather than really trying to make good decisions and support people. So, uh,
Can I say something about that?
please.
One is I think that judges were trying to deny all that, and they're saying you can't starve people.
Mhm.
So I think that's positive. But this is how we take a look at, like, this is the astrology happening, but how are we relating to this power struggle that's at play? And we can change, like if it's always cyclical and it's coming back around, the thing that changes is our perception of it. And so we have to take a look at how this government shutdown is landing in our mind and our heart, and see what it's mirroring to us, see what our relationship to it is. Because things are never happening to us, they're happening for us or as us. And when we're coming into one love consciousness, we're thinking about beingness. We're thinking about beingness consciousness, which says I life is happening as me. The shutdown is happening as me. What does that say to my relationship to what's happening in here? Now, I know that's a little out there, but I think as we see November and December really coming to some big things politically, I think it's super important to look what it's mirroring back. What are we feeling about it? What are emotions coming up? What fears there? And that's how we can work it, instead of looking at we feel so hopeless and out of control. This is actually a reflection of what's happening here. All of that is part of the one love alignment, right? It's all part of the computer. These are all part of the parts. All of it is. The illusion is all the whole oneness. So
I love that. And I think that it's, even looking back to the astrology piece, if you take Pluto in Aquarius and it's this power dynamic with, the community, the broader picture of people, a little bit removed from personal stuff. Yeah, that's Aquarius energy. Anyone who's had the pleasure of knowing an Aquarius up close, they are often people who, they may not relate very well one on one, but they do get a bigger picture of things. When the thing is that, and this is what I also love about astrology, is that you look at it and it's not just one side. It's not just one story being told. You have the power to change the perspective a bit, and especially, yeah, taking Pluto in Aquarius means that there is disruption. There's some tug of war of give and take, but it also means that there's a chance that the power is going to get pulled back to community, which is something that I think most of us actually long for. Um, and so depending on I can easily go into the place of doom and gloom and want to get my pitchfork and torch and just start roaming the streets and um, gathering a mob with me. But the other approach is to actually lean into trusting the bigger picture. And I think that's, yeah, it's really important what you're saying. Like we have the power to shift the narrative a lot. And when we do that, we will make different choices. Now, maybe the choice I will make will be get my pitchfork and torch, but it'll be a complete embodied, sole purpose choice. Don't
like
worry,
you
I'm not.
said, like the positive boundary, it'll just feel like the lightest thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
In our relationship with how we go forward, like let it be the lightest thing we do. If you have a boundary, let it like put a smile on your face, instead of a boundary from like fear, and we just have to have this boundary with this person or this place or thing. Like we want it to be a boundary of like, this is the best thing to do. Oh my gosh, we're not going to go to my mother's for Thanksgiving. We're going to go over here for Thanksgiving. And it's just this boundary held in complete flow and lightness.
Right. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Boundary with social media and what I see. Yeah. Yeah. get so busy with positive things, right? That we don't have the social media in our presence. I've gotten so busy with my family here that I've hardly been on social media at all. Been missing my family here, my little tribe here. Um, all right. So, anything else to say, Matt? I was thinking about just kind of getting into a little like, intention setting and heading into the sound healing.
I want that.
Okay.
Bring it on.
I keep seeing ice raids since they are in Chicago. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at this. Ice raids. When you see it, what is it mirroring to you?
Mm.
Do you get fearful? Do you get rage? Do you feel hopeless? Do you feel powerless? Anger. Yeah. So when the anger comes up, that's a mirror. That's something in here, right? We're separate. We feel so separate from the ice people that and their choices, and we feel like we're not an allowance of those choices, that we're creating so much separation. But in one love consciousness, we are one with them as well. The ice people, right? All the people that are doing harm to people, in Israel. Like when you think of people on the planet that are creating harm to others, those, like we have to think of those. We have to have relationship to those and say, "Oh, I'm one with them too." They're part of the story that's reflected from in here that I am part of and am responsible for. It's so hard to hear. But on some level, as a collective, each one of us is holding a projection so that ice scenario keeps happening.
And I would just add, because I'm totally with you, Sam. I am saying, yeah, like it's really hard to feel it. I hear thinking of like Thich Nhat Hanh, like his whole thing of telling the story of atrocities being made, and he realizes he feels one with the victim and yet feels one with the perpetrator as well, or sees himself in both of them. And the only thing that sometimes to me I think is, I'm not doing that by any means. I can't yet, but my step toward it at times, like taking this ice topic for one, because it really upsets me a lot. The only thing that I think is like, well, this may be part of what has to happen for this is part of the discomfort of what maybe I'm hoping and trusting that there is this better world on the other side of this, that more and more people start to rise up together and want to take power back in a positive way. And so this is still thinking like kind of on a 3D level, but it's like an outcome that I can look to. And that, so when this stuff comes up, I think like it's the only way I can see it and not completely feel just overburdened with rage, is thinking that maybe there is some good that's coming out of it eventually. And um,
Yeah, I think Abraham Hicks would say that, like, if you are triggered into anger, hey there, if you're triggered into anger from what you're seeing out in front of you, expand the view a little bit, or like go more general. Find a little bit more happy place. Look at something that creates a little more happiness, because the more we put anger and separation into the field with this ice thing, the more we feed that story. We are one. That's what we're here every Sunday really really getting. We are one. It is a collective creation that we are doing. There's something in here that's buying into this polarization and this whole idea that ICE is doing this, right? There's something in here that keeps perpetuating, oh, there's more and more gun shootings. Like there's something that's reflecting out into the collective conscious, and we're part of it. if we are acknowledging the polarization and the fear and the anger, that's ours to clear up so that we unhook from the collective. And there's that, by doing that, we have less, there's less oomph toward that creation. And that's what one consciousness, one love consciousness is about. Oneness is about. Like the whole collective is one. So how is each part, is each part, is it time for an upgrade? Right? If each part is having fear because of this story, we're going to perpetuate that story. But if we start to come into wholeness, have allowance, it doesn't mean that we are in those choices work for us, but we have allowance. We start practicing allowance and unconditional love. We start unhooking from that story and we start creating a different story. Now, this is highly metaphysical and sometimes tough to hear, but it's a really important message. If we're going to get one love consciousness, does not mean we're only loving the people that agree with us. It means we're seeing everyone as whole and love, regardless of the choices they're making on the planet. And that can be really hard. But I have done it. I have very hard family members. And it's possible to see beyond the tough choices and the tough words and the tough actions. It is possible. But that's why we're here together as a tribe, reminding each other, expanding some perceptions, saying, yeah, it is hard, but we can do this. And so we're going to go into feeling our feelings right now and go into some sounding. And I hope that this sound bath, this vocal energy healing helps to bring us back into the state of oneness, to feel the possibilities of the astrology that we have this month. It's set up perfectly for us to be triggered relationally and to broaden our perspectives around that and do some deeper healing.
Can I just add something in here?
Yeah, you do need to face anger. We all need to, we have to acknowledge it and then love it. Put love around it. Go ahead.
I just want to say, and hearing your stuff here, Sam, on this as well. Like, I think that it's sometimes all of it is done in little tiny baby steps, and you don't have to embrace all of the atrocities in the world, and the people committing them, or difficult family members all at once. It's just like, maybe it's just at least saying, I could kind of understand how someone could have a really bad day, that they could act that way. Now, doesn't mean I'm going to start, letting them move into my house and I'm going to live with this all the time. No,
Yeah.
it might just be, that little tiny bit. And that's what Rebecca is amazing at, being able to like go into a deep meditation and come out, and be like, I'm in complete forgiveness. I'm a little more on like the 20-year path, like it may take a while, but I know that I'm making these little incremental changes. And I just feel like, do I feel a little bit softened around this stuff? And I use like Trump as a great model to me, and Peter Thiel and all these other people who I really want to do horrible things to, but I like, you know what? I'm just going to practice a little bit. And no, I'm not in a space of like seeing the total namaste with them at all, but I am better, little, little tiny inches each day.
Yeah. And sometimes we have to like take space. Like you're saying, I have to take space from my family until I can. I mean, you have a young family too. That's like, that's your relationship right now. And sometimes we have to create the strong boundaries without our family, until we're resourced, right? It's really hard to be resourced with young. She has a very very young children. And, you know, I've done some very deep healing work with some family members, but it wasn't when my kids were super little. it took a while. I'm 54, and it took a little while to get resourced enough to heal enough to, and so it's a process. It's a lifetime process. It's lifetimes of process, but we can plant the seeds. We can plant the seeds of one love consciousness and know that that consciousness is a possibility. And even if we just have the willingness to have that consciousness, that's enough.
Mm,
And spirit starts working us. All we have to do is have the willingness. We don't have to do much else, right? Just
yeah.
keep those family members at bay when if you need to, but if you have the willingness to come into one love consciousness, your higher self starts working with you in ways that start creating it for you. Yeah, yeah. So I think that's, yeah, I think Matt and I make a good team because of this reason, because we have different paces of different ways we do things, see things, and I think it's a good team. Because yeah, you know, your
Yeah.
nurturing does better from the distance. Yeah.
Yeah, as an Aquarius moon, just seeing, it's very much, just sometimes it's okay. Lean into that. Like, know that how you find your own sense of nurture is different than everyone else. It's not we get kind of pre-programmed with like the TV shows of our generations and stuff, and we think that we're supposed to act a certain way. Life is supposed to look a certain way, and it's supposed to look however it looks for each person, and each
Mhm.
person has their own way of approaching things. And I think yeah, but it's why,
Yeah,
yeah,
Matt
you
is
and
an
I.
Aries moon. Matt and I both have Aries moons, so
Mhm.
we teach each other a lot about anger. We come out of it pretty quickly, but
Well, that's Aries moon too.
oh yeah,
It could fire up, and then it also is like, done with this. you
yeah,
know. So that's very helpful.
yeah. So let's just place our hands on our heart and let's work with anger. Let's work with the feeling of anger. There is a lot to feel angry about. It's actually teaching just a little because I couldn't feel anger as a child. Oh, interesting. You know what? You got the perfect teacher there. That's amazing. That's beautiful. So just anger's okay. Feel it. Let's just get into that heart space. Feel something that makes you angry. You know, if it's a family member, if it's something on TV, if it's ICE, if it's our government, we get mad and give a hug. Yeah. Our little ones help us do that. So think about being angry at something globally. What might come up this month? The microcosm teaches us about the macrocosm. So if your daughter is teaching you, if your little one is teaching you how to move through anger, feel it, and then unconditional love and hug it out, how can we practice that on a macro level as well? Okay. So tune in to the wholeness and love in your heart. See the feeling of anger right in front of you. Then I want you to take that love in your heart. I want you to encapsulate the anger, envelop it, acknowledge the anger, and envelop it in love. There's nothing that love cannot heal. Then I want you to ritualistically bring it up and imagine you're offering it up to Holy Spirit, Divine Mother, higher self, whatever you want to call it. We acknowledge it, we wrap it in love, and we offer it up to our higher self. Take this for me, process this for me, teach me a different way. Feelings like anger are the things that show us where we're practicing separation instead of one love. So have gratitude for our feelings. And let's just expand this sense of one love in our heart so that it grows in every cell of our bodies, every space of our being, so that when anger does come up and denser feelings do come up and we feel separate from the world and other people, that we can really practice this enveloping it in love and offering it up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's good. Thank you. All right, guys, so just feel where you're at. If that expanded you or lightened you a little bit, let out a sound. Could be om, it could be ah. Let out the sound of where you are right now. It's okay. By letting out the sound yourself, right where you are, just start expanding your heart space into your field and into your space. Use that practice. Come back to that sound throughout your month. And let that bring you instantly back into your heart, back into this oneness consciousness, one love. Just remember that sound when you're at your family's house for Thanksgiving, when the government's still shut down at the end of the month or whatever. When you see an ice raid, come back into that sound. By marking this, we create a moment of expanded light, and you can come back to that. Thanks everybody for being here this week. We appreciate you. We appreciate the tribe we're creating. This is I think our third one, right, Matt?
Yeah.
And we're dedicated to building this tribe and to coming here every first Sunday. If you guys have topics that you want covered throughout the month, like just send them to me. Okay. Oh, thank you. Did you see just got a mustache. For YouTube here, just send us the topics if you have something or a question about the month for Matt to do astrologically. We're just building this tribe to be of service and just to build a collective. And we'll be moving to Spain this summer, so we're really looking for a global community with this tribe. So I know I have a friend in Germany and a friend in TikTok friend in Ireland. So we're really excited to really meet our global friends outside of the United States too. Any last words, Matt?
Okay. Can you hear me? I was cutting me out because I was scared I was going to create some
No worries.
extra echoes. Last words are only that we will keep getting this tech stuff figured out for sure. Well,
Yeah.
it's not usually like this. If anyone's seeing it, who doesn't know, normally we do this together. But
You see your you got a little hat there.
Oh,
Hi, Laura Lunace. Laura Lunace is over here on YT, and she is from Germany, so we're excited that.
oh,
So, guys, I hope these Sundays that you can remember that you're not alone through these hard times of, um, that challenge us with one love, right? You're not alone. So tap into the greater community here. Tap into Matt and I, tap into the sound that of peace and love that we just created together. Um, yeah, whenever you feel hopeless or alone in this, know that you're never alone. It's one love and we're here together. And we're Matt and I are always available for texts or emails if you're feeling alone in this. Please don't feel alone. You're not.
absolutely.
We're rising together, and that's the only way we rise and ascend is together. And I was really mistaken some years ago when I was on my high horse about my awakening journey, and I was like, wow, no, it's we really got to do it together. We have to put each other together as much as possible. So
Mm.
get around people. All right, guys. So Matt, can you check your calendar? December, what's the next one? December first
We're
Sunday in December.
December 7.
Okay, December 7th, guys. Mark your calendars, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 6 Central Time, 7 Eastern Time, and 4 Pacific Time. And it's pretty late for East European time. So what is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's midnight, I think. Let's see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, is it midnight there, Laura Lunace? Oh. So thanks, guys. We'll see you December 7th. And yeah,
Looking forward to it.
yeah. All right. And until then, I think maybe this month we'll get our music together for our intro. We'll do a little
Yeah.
podcast intro. Guys, these are recorded over on YouTube.
Mhm.
So there's a playlist for each month, so you can always go back to them as well. Yeah, over on my YouTube channel, which is High Vibrational Living, number 2, and then day.
Mm.
All right.
Okay.
I haven't seen my husband in a few days, so it's like hard to hang up because I just want to hang out with him. No, you're welcome, Sam. Thanks for really sharing with us a little,
Yeah.
and it really helps us um, just be of service more and more when people speak up. So we really appreciate you.
And
And
good luck with your Aries moon daughter. So that's a fun sign. So, they value independence, Aries moon. So that can be a good thing for a kid, I think.
yeah,
Anything that's good could also be a total challenge too, as Rebecca and I know with our kids. Their
she's the
strength.
life of the party. She's the
Yeah.
life of the party. Matt, we both have Aries moons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, does Rainer have an Aries moon?
No, the boys don't. They have a Taurus and a Cancer moon. Both
Mm,
really good placements for moons.
yeah.
They're emotionally stable, as much as we don't think so sometimes, but they are very emotionally stable people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Well, cool. All right, guys. Since I'm visiting family over I'm not going to be doing the live tomorrow, but I will be here for 3 minutes of love on Tuesday morning. So let's hold the love. So that is very, very important. Um, you're on team rewatch. You got it. um, so yeah, Tuesday morning, 8:45 a.m. Mountain Time, 10:45 Eastern Time. And we'll just be holding the love for 3 minutes and I'll be singing some love frequencies, but I will be skipping tomorrow night just so I can be with my family. Because I have the cutest niece and nephew that I have to spend as much time with as possible before I leave. All right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say goodbye to you two. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for the rewatch there. All right. And stream.